So, you want to be an influencer, maybe the next Molly May, maybe the next Nella Rose. You want to be able to get paid to work with the brands of your dreams, go to influencer events, and all you have to do is take 2-3 pictures and post it on Instagram. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. If you're wanting to become an influencer in 2022, it's never too late to start. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys the basics on how to pick your niche, how to brand yourself, how to pitch to brands, and telling you guys my story of how I went from a couple thousand followers and likes on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube to having over 5.5 million likes on TikTok. If this video sounds like a bit of you, then don't forget to give this video a like. It really helps me out and it lets me know that you guys like this type of videos and enables me to make more like this. Now, without further ado, let's get straight on with the video. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessiara. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, we're going to be talking all things being an influencer, being a content creator, what it takes to be a content creator and an influencer in 2022, what things you should do, what things you shouldn't do, and telling you guys how I basically went from 0 to having over 130,000 followers in total across all my platforms, plus high engagement rate, plus working with brands of my dreams, plus getting, I literally just got a delivery, plus getting free things for doing the thing that I love. Literally unboxing a parcel whilst I film this video. So if you're new and you don't know who I am, hi. Oh, look at that. Skims. Just as I'm filming this video, it just comes at the perfect time. I work with Skims. Thank you so much, Skims, for gifting me this. Not sponsored. I just literally got the delivery now. I'm so excited. Anyway, so if you don't know who I am and you're new to my channel, hey, what's up? Thank you for joining. My name is Jessiara. I'm 20 years old. I'm a fashion and lifestyle content creator, an entrepreneur, and a full-time mum. Welcome if you're new. If that sounds right up your alley, if my content sounds like something you like, then connect with me down below. I went from creating this type of content, we'll just let it just keep going. It's really embarrassing. I went from creating this type of content to this type of content in just a couple of months, and just by going through the steps that I'm about to show you guys and that I'm about to share with you guys on how I went from creating low quality content, bad quality videos, not getting any brand deals or reaching out to any brands because I was kind of afraid. I was afraid that brands would turn me down, until I decided to change my strategy and change the way that I created content and my outlook on the industry that I'm in. I done this without any coaching, without any external help, without any influencer friends. I done this all myself, just from research and just from looking at my analytics and changing my strategy. So the first thing to know about starting your influencer journey is being an influencer does not mean taking cute pictures in Kensington with a cup of coffee in front of a cute cafe and getting free clothes and going to free events and getting free makeup and yada 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 and getting paid thousands and thousands of pounds a day just to take a couple of pictures. If that is your mindset on being an influencer, if you're only wanting to become an influencer just for the thought of getting free clothes or getting free products or getting free makeup or going to free events or getting free brand deals or whatever it is, you're doing it for the wrong reasons and you're not going to last very long. Guess what? If you DM a big influencer now asking them how they did it, they're not going to tell you. So let's get on to the first step. By the way, if you guys are interested in my jewelry, if you guys are interested in what I'm wearing, it will all be linked down below. The jewelry is from my business grade jewelry, Support Your Girl. The top is from Manuary Devoir. It will be also linked down below. Just wanted to make that a note before we get started. First thing you need to do when you're starting your influencer journey, your content creation journey, is establishing a niche. Everyone is getting into the fashion industry nowadays, and I don't want to come across as everyone's getting in. I've been in for so long, because I have, but I don't want it to sound bad. It's just everybody is getting into the fashion industry. Everyone is saying they are a fashion micro-influencer, a fashion nano-influencer, a fashion influencer. And whenever I go in the people's profiles that say they are a fashion influencer or fashion content creator, yes, their content's good, but it doesn't really show that they are a fashion influencer or fashion content creator. Fashion is not the only industry that you can get into. Not everybody loves the fashion industry, which is completely understandable. There are so many industries and so many niches that you can get into besides the fashion industry: lifestyle, travel, home, interior, just to name a few. Everybody says to stick to one niche or two niches and to become a professional in that, and then maybe expand into a couple more. Don't really agree with that, only because the more niches you have, the more brands you're able to reach out to, and the wider of an audience you're going to be able to reach out to as well. Now, that's not to say to go to fashion, to go to lifestyle, to go to travel, to go to home, to go into interior, just to pick a couple that all relate to each other. So once upon a time, I was a mummy blogger. Absolutely hate that phrase, but I was a mum parenting content creator as as well as being a fashion influencer, as well as being a lifestyle influencer. So I created most of my content around being a mom, being a parent, and you guys may know me from doing that on TikTok. That's how I kind of blew up on TikTok, was from being in that niche. But like I said, that was once upon a time, and now I focus on being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, and sharing my tips and tricks with other entrepreneurs, other content creators, and other business owners, as well as being in the fashion and lifestyle scene, of course. So once you establish the niche that you want to get into, the next step is to make a mood board. Making a mood board of where you want yourself to be in the next couple of months is so important, because it not only keeps you inspired and keeps you motivated, but it's also a reference for whenever you're stuck. For me, for example, I have a Pinterest board. Pinterest, if you don't use it, use it. It is the #1 way that I get my inspiration for my photos, for my Instagram posts, for my business as well. It's a perfect resource all around for any type of person in any type of niche. So go on Pinterest and correlate a mood board. I will insert some examples here. Correlate a mood board relating to your niche and create something that you want your platform to look like in the next couple of months. That may be the color scheme, your fashion aesthetic, your branding, etc, etc. And just a note, do not copy other influencers or other content creators' style in terms of how they edit or how they dress or their branding or the way they, you know, come across on the internet, because it will make it painfully obvious to brands that you are just a carbon copy of somebody much bigger and that you're just trying to be a mini them. There's nothing wrong with having inspiration from someone. There's nothing wrong with taking ideas and taking inspiration from something they've done and crediting them. But it's a whole other thing to kind of be another Molly May, to try and copy Molly May's style, copy how she made it in the industry, and basically just copy her. Like I said, if you're trying to reach out to brands, if your end goal is to work with brands, to develop a good relationship with brands in the long term, you have to be yourself. I'm so sorry. I know it's said and done. You have to be yourself. You cannot be a carbon copy of somebody else, because a brand will see that and they're just not going to work with you. They're going to find someone who's more unique, who has a brand, their own personal brand, and choose them instead of you just because you chose to copy somebody else. Now on to branding. Let's talk about it. I've mentioned branding in this video. I don't remember where it is, up here somewhere, talking to business owners and entrepreneurs wanting to start a business in 2022. If you're interested in that video, then check it out. It will be up there and in the description bar down below. So in that video, I was talking about branding in terms of branding your business. What is a brand? What does a brand do? What does a brand mean in terms of their logo, their colors, and how they come across on the internet? It's the same as an individual. An individual has a personal brand. When you think of a personal brand, what does that mean? A personal brand regards to your image. How do you come across on the internet? What is your style? What is your brand tone? What is your brand aesthetic? How do you come across on the internet? How do you speak to your followers? How do people view you? That is your brand aesthetic. 1111, love that. If you're a fashion influencer, what type of fashion influencer are you? Are you in the luxury scene? Do you do street style? Do you do minimalism? Or do you dabble in a bit of everything? If you're a YouTuber or a TikToker, how do you talk to your audience? What tone of voice do you use? How do you edit your videos? Do you use fast cuts and fast editing and fast music, or do you do it slowly? Do you use slow music, lo-fi music? How do you edit? What is your editing style, and how do you communicate to your audience? This step counts for everybody. Your followers want to be involved in who you are. Your followers don't want to be sold a product 24/7. Yes, that is your job in a way, but your job isn't to be a marketer. Your job isn't to be a walking advertisement for brands. Yes, you collaborate with brands. Yes, you show off brands. And yes, you are working with brands to sell their product. But you yourself are not a walking advertisement. And you need to remember that, because it will severely drag down your audience, and it will severely drag down your engagement, because all your audience will see you as is an advertisement. And that's the reason why so many huge influencers now don't have a community or don't have a brand. Think smaller content creator will have a more tight-knit, engaged audience. The bigger influencer will have a more broad audience. They will have followers from all over the world liking all sorts of things. They're not necessarily liking their fashion style. Their followers are more interested in their life and how they choose to live their life, the brands that they use, the brands that they wear, their skincare routine, their home decor. But for a smaller influencer, you have much more say, and you're more open to working with brands, and brands will be more open to working with you because you have an engaged audience. You communicate with your audience, and your audience don't see you as a walking advertisement. As I said, growing a community is one of the most, if not the most essential things in terms of being an influencer and being a successful influencer. Everyone can say they're an influencer nowadays. Everyone can say, I'm an influencer, I'm a fashion content creator, I work with brands. But the thing that makes you different from an influencer to an actual content creator and someone who actually enjoys what they do and has a community is they have a community. An influencer who doesn't reply to their comments, who doesn't communicate and talk to their audience, doesn't like comments, doesn't even reply to their comments, and just has thousands and thousands of comments that go unliked and unanswered, compared to you communicating with your audience, replying to your comments, replying to the likes, replying to the response with your audience, doing polls, answering questions from your audience, talking to your audience, doing weekly polls, doing weekly Q&As on Instagram Live or on TikTok Live. That's what differentiates a big influencer and you. A big influencer sees themselves as a celebrity, which they're not. They're kind of just someone who has thousands and thousands of followers that are kind of just question marks and don't really follow them for any substance. They're kind of just there and existing, no offense. How I built a following of over 130k. That may sound like nothing to someone and that may sound like a lot to somebody. To me, building the following that I have, it may not be massive, but like I said, it took me years, 5 years on the internet, making YouTube videos, being on TikTok, and all of a sudden having a video go viral. And from that, I built my following. And how I kept my following, there's a difference from going viral and keeping your following and just growing a following and all of a sudden losing those followers because you don't communicate with them. If you want to sustain a community, if you want to sustain a following, you can't see them as people that you're selling to. You have to see them as your friends. You have to see them as people that help you out, because guess what? You watching my video, you're helping me pay my bills. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm pretty sure you know that, but you watching my content and me interacting with you, that keeps us together. That keeps the community built, because I'm not taking away from the value that you bring into my life. The same as your followers. If you don't reply to your followers' comments, if you don't interact with them in any way, shape or form, if you don't acknowledge that they exist, they're gonna disappear. They're gonna drop like flies. So once you have followed all of those steps, now it's getting on to the fun part, and that is collaborations, how to get a gifted collaboration, how to get a paid collaboration. I'm first going to go over what is a paid collaboration and what is a gifted collaboration. A gifted collaboration means content in exchange for a product. It doesn't mean you're getting gifted something and then getting paid. Gifted means, it's in the word, you're getting gifted a product or a service in exchange to make content for a brand. For example, if a skincare brand reaches out to me and says, hey Jessiara, can you make a Instagram post for us in exchange for a product? I'm not getting paid for it, but what I do get out of that is a free product in exchange for one piece of content that they asked for. And a paid collaboration is you getting compensated for the content that you create in addition to getting free products. So what that means is you're getting paid, you're getting compensated for the content that you create, whether that is a TikTok video, a YouTube video, an Instagram post, an Instagram story, or an Instagram reel. You're getting paid to create that content however much you charge, and that's a whole other video once you get established. So that is the difference between a gifted and a paid collaboration. Now on to the fun part. So remember that brands reaching out to you is one thing, but you reaching out to brands is a whole other story. You can't just be sitting around waiting for a brand to send you an email, because otherwise you're going to be sitting there for years. You're going to be sitting there for weeks without an email. You need to reach out to brands. You need to send brands an email. You need to pitch yourself, because that's essentially how most influencers make their money. And eventually when they build up a platform, when they build up their following and build up their engagement, that's how brands reach out to them consistently. If you have no idea how to start, if you don't know how to send an email, if you don't know how to pitch, if you don't know what to say, I have got a resource for you, and it's only 99p, you guys, only 99p. So I have curated an email template, a downloadable PDF email template that you guys can curate and customize to your personal brand. I will leave it down below. It is on my website, only 99p, support your girl. Yeah, so that template literally includes my go-to, this is the format that I use to reach out to brands. It includes my personal format of what I say to brands, what I include, what I don't include. And if you want to stand out, if you want to stand out from the crowd, if you want a brand to really notice you, I have included some little tips in there. Just a little bit of spice, you know, to make it a little bit more special and to make you stand out from everybody else sending emails. So if you are interested in that, link down below. Alongside a good email is a good media kit. If you don't know what a media kit is, again, check it out. Go on TikTok. I'm sure there's thousands and thousands of videos on what a media kit is. A media kit essentially is a portfolio. It is literally just about you, who you are, the content that you make, including your social links. Most of the media kit is your analytics, including your monthly analytics. I go in and I change my media kit every single month, because obviously your analytics change every single month. I go in and I change my analytics every month and update it. So what you do is you include your social platforms, for example, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I have all of mine included, and I add my analytics. So where my followers are from, how old are they, how many views I got this month, month, how many likes I got this month, etc, etc. All you have to do is go in the back end of your social medias. It's all there for you, especially if you have a creator or an influencer account, which I highly recommend you do, because that's how you access your personal analytics. So now you're an influencer, all you have to do is create the content. All you have to do is build up your platform, build up your content. Don't worry too much about getting brand deals in the beginning. The most important thing is having content in the first place for brands to look at, because I'm sorry, if you're reaching out to brands, 24/7, if you're sending out emails and your profile is empty, what are we doing? You need to keep creating content. You need to keep at it. You need to create content. You need to post on your platforms, whatever platform you choose to be on, whether that be YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Pinterest, whatever it may be. You need to post content before you reach out to brands. Otherwise, brands will be like, question mark, what is this? Now you've made it to the end of the video. I'm going to give you guys some quick fire tips that helped me in the beginning stages and what I'm doing now to enable my growth and to enable success as being an influencer. When you first start out on Instagram, post at least 5 times a week. I know that may sound like a lot, 5 days out of the week. You may post twice in one day, depending on however you want to do it. But I recommend posting at least 5 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week for the first 2 to 3 weeks. And after that, then you can post 3 to 4 times a week. That's how many times I post now. I used to post almost every single day on Instagram, and I noticed my engagement rate would drop because I'm just constantly posting and people get tired of your content. You want people to be able to wait a couple of days, wait a day or two, and then you post your content, and then your engagement goes right back up because people forgot about you because they're following other people. You don't want to be posting every single day when you are an established content creator. You can, and if that works for you, then perfect, but it's not for everyone. For me, it personally does not work. But in the beginning stages, do post at least 4 to 5 times a week. Use TikTok. TikTok is the best platform for growth in terms of you can connect with an audience in 2 seconds. You can make a video about your day-to-day life. You can make a mini vlog. You can make a styling video. Whatever your niche is, pick your niche on TikTok. Stick with that niche. I'm saying this from experience. I used to do, as I said, motherhood content predominantly on my TikTok when I first started. Well, when I first started TikTok, I done fashion content, then I got pregnant, and then I done motherhood content because that's what my life just geared towards. So I naturally produce mum content, and now I don't like doing that anymore, so now I'm going back to fashion. TikTok does not like when you keep changing your niche. So from experience, stick to 1 or 2 niches and create content around that. The third tip is to utilize Reels. Reels on Instagram is one of the biggest ways that I have grown my platform, because Reels, you can go viral. It's the same way as TikTok. You can go viral with your Reel. If you're like me, I create fashion Reels. That's all I really create, alongside the odd coffee videos. I'm a coffee connoisseur, if you don't know. I'm just love coffee, but I create fashion content. I use the right hashtags and I make sure to reach the right people. So use Reels depending on your niche. Create content with Reels around your niche and you can grow. I know people that personally have had over 1 million views on their Reels, and they have gone from like 5k to 20k followers in just a matter of a couple of days. The fourth tip is to only accept gifted collaborations if you're okay with the idea of not getting paid for your work. If you do this full time, if you've quit your 9 to 5, which I don't recommend doing unless you're established already, but if you don't have a job, if this is your job and you're just starting out, accept gifted collaborations, because it is a way of building your portfolio. It is a way of getting more brands to see you, and it is a way of building your portfolio and building the brands that you have worked with. If you are an established influencer like myself, I don't accept that many gifted collaborations. I'll only accept a couple few, maybe every few months, but because this is my job, I do not accept that many. And if I do, then it's with a brand that I really, really love. The fifth tip is to learn to negotiate and learn to say no. I feel like I shouldn't even have to say this. Learn to say no, learn to know your worth, learn to negotiate your rates. If you have 50,000 Instagram followers, that's a lot for Instagram. Instagram is hard to grow on. Just to know, if you have 50k Instagram followers and a brand comes to you and says, can you do a reel for £20? You will laugh in their face. I will laugh in their face if I have 50k followers. You need to learn to say no to things that just simply do not align with you and with your brand. If you know the brand is huge and they're only wanting to pay you £20 for a brand collaboration, and you know your engagement is high, you know you have a high following, you know that you will generate sales for this brand, you have to say no. You have to say no. And that is the end of the video. I really hope this video was helpful for you guys. If it did help you, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below some other video ideas you would like to see, and don't forget to check out these videos. They'll be on the end slates, in the cards, and in the description bar. And if you are interested in getting my email template for brands, if you do want to email brands, and if you don't know what to say, again, it will all be linked down below. Everything will just be linked down below. Just check out the description. Don't forget to check me out on my socials. Everything will be linked down below, and subscribe if you are new. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.